Hello, everybody. Welcome to the 27th ever episode of Press A2 Podcast. I'm your host, Jacob Hujik, and with me today is Brandon Williams.
Hey.
And Taylor Severn.
Hello, hello.
No Scott tonight. He did unfortunately have to work, but the rest of us are here, and today we're going to be talking about Rocket League, and the somewhat kind of new. It's not new, but we're doing an episode
can
on
I
it.
just interrupt you?
No.
I was actually
No.
watching a video that entire time, and I unmuted you as soon as you said, and Taylor Severn, I'm like, here I am! Just
Nice.
so well timed.
Perfect. We're off to a good start already. So before we get into the show proper, I want to ask you guys, how have you been? Any played any good games besides Rocket League? Any exciting stuff happening with you?
Yeah, I played Overwatch. Overwatch is amazing.
Yes,
We should make a
the
song about
But other than
that.
that, I've been pretty good.
open beta for Overwatch came and went, and we played a fuck ton. So there will definitely be an episode on that in the near future.
way I played. Ho. Overwatch?
Oh yeah, no, yeah. It's sometimes it can get rough.
Mine was buggy.
And in some cases, everything is green. Taylor has a
Glowing.
wonderful snapshot of his screen when he was playing. It was impressive. But, yeah, I think we can get on to Rocket League. I myself, kind of same as always, I played Dark Souls 1. I just picked it up for no reason, but I've been loving that. And then Heroes, besides Rocket
Didn't
League.
even start with Demon Souls.
Did you say you were loving Dark Souls?
Yeah.
God, you're weird.
I mean, it's kind of like Zelda, but also like it's got this really cool atmosphere, and it's got all this like dark fantasy stuff, which I just love. I love dark gothic fantasy. So it was right up my alley. And you just have to be like, I don't know,
Good.
patient. You're not it's not a hard game. You have to be really patient.
But what difficulty are you playing in?
The normal difficulty, I guess. I don't know if there are extra difficulties when you start, at least. I don't know. But in either case, Rocket League. Let's get into it. So Rocket League is basically soccer, but with cars instead of people. There isn't much more you need to explain it. It was developed by a company called Psyonix, and it was a successor to the game Supersonic Acrobatic Rocket-Powered Battle Cars. That it didn't do too well. They had a lot of similar mechanics, which were themselves taken from a Quake mod, I believe, or maybe, yeah, I think it was Quake.
I think it was quick, yeah.
And they've kind of redeveloped them over these two games now. And Rocket League has seen just awesome success, both commercial, on Twitch. It started its own esports scene. The game is doing very, very well. So before we get into the discussion, what is everyone's experience with Rocket League?
I have played a fuck ton of Rocket League. I got it on Xbox first.
Mm-hmm.
And played a bunch of that. And then, I thought it was, I liked it so much that I decided to get it on Steam as well. Only because I have other friends who play it on Steam. So, I wanted to play with both. So, when I started playing on Steam, that was a whole new story. Like, I feel like the people on PC are much more competitive than they are on Xbox. Like, I don't know, the skill level is just, it's like that much higher than Xbox.
Which is a little strange, but I
It's
think
a little
it's
strange,
because
but it's good.
I feel like it's because like the general demographic on console versus PC, consoles tends to skew younger. There's lots of younger people playing at like Xbox and the consoles, whereas generally on PC you're going to get an older crowd.
That's true, actually.
So that might be a reason. And also I think maybe the community fosters different skill levels. Taylor, what about you? What's your experience? Have you bought 3 versions of the game, perhaps?
I have bought 5 versions, actually, get on my level.
You can. They sell it for a gift pack.
Well, that's not different versions. I got it for like PC, Xbox, PlayStation,
Bing,
Game Boy,
Neo
and iPhone.
Neo Geo.
But in truth, no, I've actually never played the game. I've never touched the game. I've watched people play this game, including you two.
Yeah.
You should watch us play sometime.
That's what he said.
Well, you know. I forgot he was watching on the weekend. Whatever. Stop me now.
Stop. Shut up.
Oh, dear.
But yeah, I myself, I wasn't planning on picking it up, and then Brandon was like, I have a code. So I'm like, great, okay. And I played it, and I wouldn't have thought it was the game for me. I typically don't like sports games, like, at all. They're just not my thing. The only sports game I even slightly got into was wrestling. That's because Scott had it at his place when we were little kids, and we just played it all the time for whatever reason, although I was mostly interested in the character customization. But Rocket League, that was a game. I was not expecting to have that much fun with it, but it's just crazy, insane. Yeah.
That's well put. Crazy,
insane, and quick would be the other adjective I throw in there. So moving quickly on to our first topic, narrative. I have bumpers. Hold on. Shit. Fuck. Stall. Vamp.
Good stall.
Vamp.
Good stall.
The fun fact about narrative was we can skip it.
Okay, stop stalling.
Stay a while and listen.
We got bumpers. Oh my god.
Fucked it all up.
What a fantastic era we live in. Right.
Didn't work.
So, narrative.
It didn't appear for us. Did it appear on the stream?
I hope so. Narrative. Your car. Hit a ball with your car. If you don't hit the ball with your car, they remove your lug nuts. I don't know. There's no story. Like,
I assume there's some sort of League of Rockets.
Potentially. Why is it called Rocket League? There's no. It's cars. They're not rocket cars.
Yes, they are.
because
They're toy
they
cars.
are rocket cars.
No, they're toy cars.
They're 100%
No,
rocket
they're
They're
cars.
not
rocket
rocket
cars.
cars.
A car
in
with
my
a jet
mind-
in the back.
See, in my mind, a rocket car would be a firework-shaped doohickey with 4 wheels. Specifically 4. I'm not taking into this.
Well,
Mr.
I mean,
Bean
some of them are
bullshit.
pretty close to rocket shape.
They are.
There are a lot of cars in this game.
They go quite fast.
There is a lot of cars.
But as far as I understand, there is no real story to this game. So we'll move on to our second topic, which would be gameplay.
Need a light?
Oh my god, that was louder than I intended. I'm sorry.
It was really quiet.
And it didn't play.
Like, I heard it through your mic.
Yeah, it might have been through my headphones. You heard it. It was
Like,
loud.
I didn't hear anywhere else but through your headphones. So, just take your headphones off, put them on the mic.
Bumpers, they're a thing. Gameplay. The game is quick, like I mentioned. You move quick, the ball moves quick, the matches are quick, the matchmaker finds matches quick. It's just all really fast. I love it. And there's lots of nuance in controlling your character, your car, really. It's not just about going forwards really fast, although that's a large part of it. You also have a boost and a jump. A double jump, actually. And once you're in the air, you can kind of angle your car in different ways. And you have pitch, roll, and yaw, all 3 degrees of motion when you're in the air. So when you're good, you can use that different angle of your car to smack the ball in different directions. That isn't exactly the direction you were headed. Up and down as well. There's a lot to try and learn in the game. It doesn't really explain much to you, but what do you guys think of the...
Isn't there a tutorial?
I didn't see one.
There is tutorials.
There is.
Yes, but it doesn't explain anything to you. Like, it won't give you the technical stuff that you need to compete on a higher level. It'll give you like the basic stuff. Like, okay, here's goalie tutorial. Block the ball.
I mean, some of that might
Here's
have
like
been
easy,
helpful for
normal,
me.
and hard for it, and then once you complete it all, yeah, good for you. And then there's like your aerial tutorials where you have to hit the ball in the air and score a goal. So then there's like normal, like easy, normal, and hard for that as well. And then I think there's like basic ones like hitting the ball.
Hit the ball.
How to go forward. How to go in reverse.
It took me
Yeah,
a while
but
to
then-
figure out this reverse.
So there's that stuff which just doesn't really tell you anything. It just says hit the ball. Okay, great. It doesn't really tell you how. It doesn't give you that like the necessary steps to get
Get
where
good.
you need to be. That
Well-
the other stuff you kind of just pick up as you play. Like you start seeing people go crazy, and you're like, oh my god, I want to do that. And then you start fiddling around with it, and you're like, oh, that's how he did that.
I feel like those are like incredibly learned skills that you have to get through just pure experience. It can't be just outright
Oh yeah.
taught. And so that's probably why there is a tutorial. And also, they probably want you to kind of like freeform things. They just give you the tools and be like, have fun with those tools.
That's exactly what they're doing with it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely would want a tutorial for those more advanced mechanics.
I mean,
'Cause
I was thankful enough to have like someone who's like had a lot of experience with it. So I mean, they kind of showed me and told me like how to get into doing the more advanced shit. But yeah, a tutorial would be nice on stuff like that.
Yeah,
But I
'cause
mean, when I think when they created the game, they didn't really expect people to do the things that they're doing now. So
I don't
that's
know about that.
maybe why.
Maybe
they
some of
don't-
the crazier stuff, but like just the like how to angle the ball with your car, learning that kind of stuff would have been awesome. And just some of the more like I don't know, like turning into the ball instead of just going like right at it all the time. Like even stuff like that would have been helpful. I mean, yeah, you kind of learn to pick it up, but it would have been nice to just have a resource there to go back to and try and practice it, which may be where the tutorial kind of is for. But coming from the last game we covered, Pokken Tournament, like Pokken Tournament gets into like the combos and all like the different counters to all the different mechanics, all in the tutorial. And it'll just sit there until you get it, and you can go through it over and over and over. Granted, that game is like really just muscle memory, but something like that I feel like should be in a lot more games. Those advanced mechanics that the developer, if they know, are going to be a thing, and even if they don't, once the community develops them, they should kind of bring them in and try and teach you. I think that would have been nice.
Well,
but
one of the things is that they can actually just rely on the community to teach the rest of the community.
I feel like while that is good that they have that, they should kind of take some responsibility for that. That should be in the game, even if they like link to it, even if it's just like here's a link to this person's YouTube video or whatever.
They're
If
not
it was
going to
in the
promote
game-
one specific person. That'd be awful.
Why not? Like if that person's like well known in the community and they've reached out to them or one way or the other and like said, hey, like I've got some really good tutorials, or hey, this person has some really good tutorials. Let's link them right in our game client, and people can start learning and developing and building this community. I think that's
I
a
don't
good
know.
idea.
There is tutorials on YouTube, but I don't think someone would go ahead and put a YouTube video like directly into a game.
Especially one that was not produced by the people that made the game.
Right.
Yeah, but I feel like they can maybe develop some sort of relationship, even if someone made it for them. Like if they approached someone and said, hey, make us a YouTube video, we're going to put it on our... Anyways, in either case, the game is a little complex. It doesn't do too much to teach you, but there are resources outside of the game. So moving on from that, what did you think of the mechanics themselves, not just being taught them, but once you understood them, like, were you satisfied with them, or what did they leave you kind of wanting more to control the game with?
Well, I'm satisfied with them. I don't completely understand them yet. I mean, I'm still working on that part. It is not an easy task to get those aerial shots right. That takes a lot of
Time and patience developing those skills, yeah.
Patience? No, there's nothing about this game that requires patience.
I don't know.
Nothing.
You know, if you stay in the back and like wait for your chance, instead of just going for it, like if you go for it, you're gonna run into like one of your teammates or like overshoot the ball. If you wait
It's
for your
okay.
chance,
Yeah.
You can hit your teammates into the ball. It's just as good.
having that happen to me, I can tell you, it doesn't always feel good. But if you get the goal, whatever.
It works.
Yeah, I quite enjoyed the simplicity of it. It was just very clean. Like, get the ball in the goal with your car. It's kind of hard to control, but they give you the right amount of maneuverability. To
You
make it
you
still
get used
feel
to the
like-
control. I mean, I
Yeah.
know you haven't played very much, so
It's
you're
definitely a
pretty
hurdle for
used
me.
to it.
But I'm learning, and it does make you feel like you're a car. Like you can't just like turn on a like you can turn pretty quick, but you can't just like you're not a body that can kind of like move around. You have to maneuver this car in the way you want it, which I think is an interesting concept. It's the crux of the game, obviously. So
I from just what I've seen, I think they've gotten the car controls like fairly down pat.
They
Like,
do.
it's
They have
good.
them really good.
the physics are awesome.
It is not hard to control the car.
Every
but,
impact feels great.
Yeah.
Whether it's with the ball, a wall, or another player, it feels good.
There is some janky shit every now and then, but sometimes you'll hit a person and you'll both literally go flying
Yeah.
to either corner of the top of the map.
Yeah, and while I guess that isn't intended, it's more funny than frustrating usually.
Oh yeah,
But
when that happens, you just can't help but laugh. Like the game is so stress free most
Yeah.
of the time.
yeah, that's one of the things I really enjoyed about it. It was just like
It's a really relaxing game.
coming from competitive games like StarCraft and Heroes and shooters, where it's like in those, especially recently, I don't know what's happened to me, but like if things aren't going well, like I'm like it really affects me emotionally. But with this game, like we were losing horribly. I just recorded
Pause, Jacob.
a game. Oh my goodness, I don't even have the gameplay up. I was recording a game earlier today, and we lost 0-10, and I was
It's
frustrated.
like your first game.
We won actually.
Yeah, we won our first game, and
We
that
won
was
like
not
our first 10 games.
not thanks to me.
Oh yeah, no, I watched your like first games. I feel like proud, like happy about that.
It was not thanks to me.
No, it wasn't.
You did okay.
But
You touch the ball occasionally.
yeah,
Okay.
I did, every now and then I hit a thing.
And then sometimes it would incidentally fall into a net.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I lost my train of thought. But yeah, I was losing really badly, and I was frustrated, but I wasn't like, damn it, like I just want to win. I was just like, oh, okay, like that kind of sucks, but whatever. Let's just keep trying. We have 30 seconds left. I'm sure we can get 10 goals in 30 seconds. Tie this thing up.
Not a chance. You can do a lot in 30 seconds, believe me.
So I like that aspect of it.
I feel that's because like some of those other games are like more strategic and it feels more like a battle of wits between
Yes.
you. But this is more a battle of action and skill.
Oh, there's a battle of wits in this game too.
Yeah,
You won't see it in this level of play.
Not at
exactly.
the level of StarCraft, I'd say.
Yeah, like things are
Oh,
happening
no.
so fast. Like
All
Things happen
kinds of
fast in
strategies.
StarCraft.
things are happening so fast, and things are so chaotic that, like, yes, there is a degree of strategy, but like Brandon said, in our level of play, it's almost negligible. It's all up to individual skill and reflexes. I feel like at that point, and yeah, Taylor, you're absolutely right. Like the reason, like in this game, I'm losing because okay, yeah, that player has more mechanical skill than me, but also there's a degree of luck in it.
Sure, keep telling yourself that.
And it's just so chaotic. It's just like I missed it, and like it was just like a split-second decision. Like could have gone either way. At least it feels like to me. Whereas in like Heroes or StarCraft, like you micro the wrong way, and like your army dies, or you didn't scout, and you should have scouted
so hard and got so far.
and in the end they ran over your base with hydras. But yeah, I don't find this game very frustrating. It's just get in, play a couple rounds, get out. It's awesome in that regard. Getting back a topic or two to the kind of mechanics of the game. Originally, the developers had intended to add more power-ups and different things like that into it. But as they were developing, they realized keeping it simple kept the game more fun. And I want to hear what your guys' opinion on it. Would you want to see like different power-ups in it? Like maybe like, I don't know, you got like spinning blades around your car, or you go super fast, or you hit a thing and you go super slow, or there's mines or something. Would that be something that would interest you?
Not in regular gameplay. I would like to keep them. I'd like them to keep it as simple as possible. What I would like to see is like some weird stuff like that in like another game mode, where kind of like how they have the different game modes, like they have ice hockey, or they have hoops now. They could put something in like a minefield, maybe like like driving around trying to hit the ball and you hit a mine and then everything fucks up and the ball goes flying into the other person's net.
Well, the figures,
something like that.
It's actually just a really long thing, and it's the car who lasts the longest and goes the farthest wins.
That's pretty much it. Yeah.
Yeah, no respawn.
I don't know. I would like to
no
see some
respawn
different
mode.
stuff, but I wouldn't like to see anything different added to the regular gameplay.
I'm a big advocator of keep it simple, stupid. And I really appreciate that this game is so concise, clean, and focused. Like, I feel that's like its strength, especially compared to its predecessor, where
even the title was crazy.
Yeah, and just it must be really nice to be able to make that game again, but make it concise,
But dumb
make
it down?
focused, and just make it a good experience.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you guys. The fact that it is so clean, so simple, is definitely to the game's benefit. And I would like to see some silly stuff like that. They've already added different modes like ice hockey and all the different arenas, but I wouldn't mind if they added stuff like landmines and weapons or different power-ups to a side game. But keep the regular one.
Everyone's constantly boosting.
Oh my god, full boost.
That's what I'm saying. Like you hit a power up and like you suddenly go top speed the entire like for a minute or whatever. Or
You
30
can't
seconds.
even turn it off. You just
Yeah,
sucks
like
to be
you
you.
just go. Like you just.
That would be so bad. You'd be Charlie Sheening all over the place.
That'd just be like a weekend game mode to have fun in.
Yeah, like Tavern Brawl. Why not? Like just go for it. I think Hearthstone really started a trend there that more games should pick up on. Not that I always love the Tavern Brawl mode. I think it gets a lot of people like into the game. There's always something new, something silly to just.
I also don't think Hearthstone invented that, but yeah.
They popularized it at least.
Keep telling yourself that.
Yeah.
Okay, I will. So as I mentioned, there are several different game modes. The aforementioned hockey and basketball now recently added.
And Rocket Labs. Well, Rocket Labs have always been a thing, but not for Xbox. They actually just put them in on Xbox.
Oh, the Rocket
The newest
Labs.
update.
Rocket Labs are just different maps, correct?
Those are those like really dark maps that we played with
Yeah.
the wireframe kind of theme.
Which I enjoyed the aesthetic of. The game looks great. I have to say.
They're the different style maps, like the ones with like the weird wall
ramps and stuff.
The different ramp. Yeah,
Yeah, it was.
I like those.
interesting.
I like those.
Do you have a particular favorite, either of you? It's Taylor, I guess, from watching.
Waka waka.
My favorite would have been the one. It's just like a level playing field, and it's got the big round wall above you on each net, and then it has the two leveled up sides.
Yeah, that one's interesting. I kind of like it, except for the fact that it forces you to jump when you go off the ramp, which I find slightly annoying. Same with the ball. The ball just goes flying. I really enjoyed the regular mode, but I think my favorite of the side ones was probably the ice hockey one.
Oh yeah,
What
like
about
the other
it?
mode. Yeah, the other mode that I like is hoops. Hoops, I
I not
really
like hoops. I'm sure if I gave it another shot, because like there was something nice about like trying to get it up and like flicking your car up to get it up and
Yep.
over was interesting, but I was sucked at it so bad that I wasn't enjoying it too much. That's more my fault than anything.
That's okay. Once you learn more, you would definitely enjoy them.
Yeah, and that's one thing. I feel like you can get really good at this game. Like we were saying, there's pro level people who like have different strategies and like are
You can
just playing-
dribble.
What?
Dribbling's ridiculous.
You can't dribble, can you?
Oh,
Wait,
you
it's
can dribble.
reverse dribbling.
Oh no, you can dribble forward too.
What?
Yeah, that's.
I'm just getting the hang of it now.
What? All right,
Yep.
I'll have to see this later.
Yeah,
But,
you need to look up pro plays. Jesus.
Oh
I
yeah.
haven't seen any
yeah.
pro play of this game
You there's a huge tournament going on.
right now.
Watch next weekend.
Alrighty,
Brandon was even trying to plug it during when you were playing.
I know.
was.
I know. I was going to watch, and then I didn't.
You're a horrible person.
But yeah, again, the skill cap in this game is stupid high. It's just insane what some people can do.
All right, I'm gonna put a plug in here. If you want to see a really good Rocket League game, go to YouTube. Kapow versus fuck. It was the game on the weekend. Kapow
His name
versus
is fuck.
Flipside. Need to look
Fuck
this up.
On a tangent, for me, when you said kapow and I looked at the gameplay Jacob was posting, he exploded. So that lined up well for me.
That's awesome.
And that'll only be for me because of the delay.
Damn. Maybe I can edit it in. I won't. But like I was saying, you can get real good at this game. And I feel like if I devoted enough time into it, it would be really rewarding to be able to dribble, to hit your card just the right way so it goes right into the top corner of the net. Would be awesome to learn. I don't think I have the time for it. Something like Overwatch where I feel competent right away, even though I'm not. In this game, when I watch my teammates or the opposing team members do some really cool stuff, as much as I say, wow, that was cool, I'm like, I don't have the slightest idea of how to do it. Whereas when I see someone do something really good in Overwatch, I'm like, wow, that took a lot of skill, and I think I might be able to achieve that. Same with Heroes. Granted, their APM is way higher than mine. But I feel like I might have a chance of doing that. I don't know why. Maybe it's just because I'm more familiar with those game types. But with this one, just trying to angle your car and all this physics is going on, and I cannot do all these calculations. Something about it was just but it would take so much time.
You should try to do math while playing games.
Maybe that's my problem.
Unless you're playing Math Circus.
Oh my god, Math Circus. That's taking me back. Anyways. Last thing on gameplay, I think, or the last two things rather, with some problems I had with the game, besides the lack of tutorial. One of them was, and you might have just seen it on the gameplay, when the ball is up above you, you can't see your car if you have the ball camera on. And if you have your ball camera off, it's very hard to keep track of the ball, even though you can see your car now. So I feel like if they had just enabled the camera to kind of go into the ground a little bit and see a shadow or an image of your car and the ball at the same time, would have been awesome. But as it is now,
for me it's different. You can change your settings and your field of view and whatnot. I was gonna try to give you those settings, but you wanted to get rid of the game. So next time we play, I have some good settings for you too.
Would it fix that issue?
It slightly fixes the issue.
Alrighty, because if I could just
it gives you a lot more visibility on the field and just everything around you.
Yeah, I was thinking of increasing my field of view.
You'll see a big difference when you use these settings.
But because it seemed to happen a lot to me where the ball was above me and I would completely lose orientation of where my car was. So I'd try and get in position and the ball would come down and I realized I was not aiming where I thought I was.
Also, just being under the ball in general is a terrible idea.
I'm usually trying to block it. I'm not directly under it. I'm it's over here and I'm right here. So I'm trying to block it from getting to the net or whatever, and it's just I'm not anywhere close to where I was trying to defend.
I feel that problem can easily be fixed with skill, though.
Yeah, you'll figure out where to be, and eventually, it comes with time.
Potentially, but I don't know. It was something that kept sticking out to me, and I feel like just saying "get good" isn't always.
Oh no, that's exactly what it is. Because the thing is, being under the ball is helpless. You can't do anything while you're under the ball. So the best thing to do is
I was trying to
flip it.
I was trying to flip it back, and I just couldn't get into position because of this damn camera angle.
See, and that's what I thought too. When I was first starting, as you keep playing, you'll figure out that sometimes doing that is just an awful idea.
I don't know. I feel like the reason people don't do it is because they can't see where they're trying to aim.
I can tell you from experience from other games about other things is you should never have to be able to look at yourself to know what you're doing.
That too.
You can and if you still need to look at yourself, that just means you don't have the necessary skill.
You guys are hurting my feelings, and I'm going to have to politely disagree.
I learned that from Smash Bros. Watch your opponent, not yourself. You know what
That's
you're
right. He is right. I can't argue with the man.
Listen,
doing.
all I'm saying is show me on screen when I'm trying to angle me, the ball, and avoid people at the same time. That's my
I can
opinion
help you
on
out with that.
But alrighty. The last thing that I had a problem with in the game, and this one might just be me complaining. I totally can see that, but
You
I
can
feel
see
like
it's 3 for 3 of you just complaining.
I'm always complaining. That's all I do on the show. It's the matchmaking. I had a bit of a problem with the matchmaking. I found that the games were a little too often one-sided.
That is because you were playing with myself and Tiri.
Yeah, but
yeah,
it went
yeah.
both ways. And I'm gonna I'm going to maybe contradict myself a little bit, but when me and Tiri, I believe was his name, right? No.
Yeah.
We're playing. Tiri is a very good player, and you're pretty good as well.
Yeah.
And I sucked. So the games were kind of one-sided in that we were just crushing most of the time, and then later on, some of the games started to get balanced. Maybe because I was a new player, so they were putting us against weaker players, and then they saw I was just under decent, so they put us up against slightly tougher players.
I actually think we just got really lucky in that we were playing really well together at that time, because
You guys
it all
were rocking
matters. It's all about the host most of the time. Like the host, whatever the host's skill level is usually what you'll get matched with.
Alrighty.
But, yeah, I don't think that's a problem with the actual matchmaking. I think it's because your team was very skewed. You can think of it as an extreme case. Imagine 2 StarCraft Pro players playing with a complete noob to StarCraft. They would get matched with teammates that aren't pro players because they have the noob, and the pros would just destroy them.
Yep.
But if they come across 3 pro-level players, they'll be down a player, and so they'll lose just by being outnumbered.
Understandable. But then there
That's
was also the other case where I was playing with myself, and you can see it on the stream, like I was saying. We got beaten 0-10.
And that can happen just out of sheer bad luck.
Yeah, and I think that's really what it comes
Sometimes
down
there's
to.
some really bullshit stuff that happens.
Because
bounces, like bad bounces,
And I think Brandon
and
and other dude might have boosted you slightly in your MMR.
Yeah, no, well, potentially. I don't know if this game has MMR and all those things. I'm assuming they have some sort of match.
There is a skill level
ranking system. But in the game I was talking about, we had a certain player. You might be able to see his name up on the screen because he scored so many goals. His name was always up. He was the best on of the 6 of us playing, and what could they do? He was already in the game and he was obviously good. They couldn't rebalance the team midway through a match. That would be kind of unfair. And
Well, some people can leave.
yeah, exactly. But he
that
didn't.
can happen.
He stayed on the team against me, so I kept losing. But later on, as we played a couple more matches, because me and him and some other people all stayed in the
Same
lobby, I got put on his team sometimes. Some other new people came in who were also pretty good. So it went from going 0-10 to 4-3 to a game where everything was tied up at 2-2, and then that one dude scored a goal with 5 seconds to go and won the game. Like, it started getting closer and closer. So I feel like if those people stay in the lobby, the matchmaking is actually pretty good. I shouldn't complain too much because there is edge cases, and eventually it'll balance out.
So we're 3 for 3. All your complaints are invalid.
I am the problem. I am ruining all the games. Is what's happening.
This is the podcast where Jacob complains about games, and we're like, "No, Jacob, it's actually okay."
And I go,
And then he realizes it himself.
And this is just to make Jacob a better person and a better gamer. This is all for Jacob's benefit.
Yep.
The last. Do you guys have anything else to say about gameplay before we move on?
The cars don't have inherent stats, right? Like
No.
all cars are the same, pretty much.
Yeah, as far as I understand.
some cars have a larger hitbox.
That's
than
the one
others.
thing I was going to mention.
Like there's the Merc, and the Merc is basically just a big
Big
van.
van.
And yeah, the hitbox is a little bigger on that, and I feel like it's slightly slower. Like I feel like there's small differences with every car, but they're very hard to pinpoint.
And the developers haven't said anything about it, correct? No. As far as we know, from an official standpoint, every car is the same except for slight variations in the hitboxes.
Yep.
And I feel like
I still have a strong belief that toppers give you give you a hitbox, but it's been proven wrong. Whatever.
Holding A, B catches Pokemon better.
It's true.
Come on.
It's true.
Right.
Yeah, I feel like picking a car with a bigger hitbox. Well, maybe not.
It's not always good.
No. Okay.
No, because you have the bigger hitbox, so it can be harder to control. It can be harder to get that certain hit you want to get to bring it into the direction that you want.
I think as a noob, maybe I should get the bigger hitbox, anyways, just because.
As a noob, you need to stick with Octane.
Octane.
The car Octane. It is the most balanced car because everything just.
I like whatever car I was driving. It looked cool.
From a design standpoint, I really like that most of the cars are pretty much the same.
Yeah.
Because, like with the quote-unquote problem with Pokken with adding new characters, that they only have so many levers that they can do different things with, that eventually they'd have to either make a car that's outright better, or they'll just start releasing the same cars.
See, I take a different approach. Sorry.
I'd see they can just keep releasing different cars, and it becomes mostly cosmetic. And if you want to have the Batmobile, have the Batmobile.
I hate the fucking Batmobile. I hate the Batmobile.
See,
I have the DeLorean on Xbox though, and that car is awesome.
Also, it means that the matches come out to be pure skill rather than I got quote unquote countered because that car is better than my car, and their team comp is better than my team.
Yeah, no, there's none of that shit.
And so I like that it's completely skill based.
I agree. I enjoy the fact that the game is it's more skill as opposed to, like you said, comps. But I disagree with the idea of there's only so many levers. There's always more you can add and different mechanics you can add to the game to make it interesting, and it's all about like how good.
When I say levers, I mean like the different stats the cars can have. So like top speed, like traction. There are only so many of those that you can actually have in the game that are meaningful.
Before you have to start adding different mechanics.
Well, like, what mechanic would you add to a car? This car, like, bounces on a spring? That's fucking stupid, and not a thing that you can balance as a stat. That's not a stat. That's a, like...
It is a stat.
Bonus. No, no, it's not. It's a 1 or a 0. Does it have this, yes or no? That's not a stat.
No, it's like, how bouncy is this car? Like, if it hits another car, how much will it bounce? If it hits the ball, how much will... Like... There are different mechanics they can add.
Like,
and
they could have a lot of different stats,
has saws, or
but
this car has
there are
mines.
only so many. Like, there's not an infinite amount. There's a finite number.
Oh, okay, yes, there is. Like, it's the difference between infinity and 4 billion. But I feel like there's always different mechanics you can add to it. Whether they should is a different story. No, they shouldn't. I think this game, like we were saying earlier, its success is based on its simplicity. But... yeah, I mostly took issue with the Pokken idea. I know I was trying to get into it last time, but we couldn't. I feel like with a fighter, you can add more mechanics, and it's up to the team to balance it correctly. Whether they do it correctly or not is, again, a separate issue.
I disagree. In a traditional fighting game, you can't just keep adding mechanics and hoping it'll be balanced and hoping that you can balance it. You kind of have to create it all in a whole and balance it then. And you can't keep adding things to it and expect it to keep any sort of semblance balance that you can actually achieve.
I think you can. Maybe we're mostly arguing about semantics. Like, yes, there is a finite number, but you can add quite a lot in a different character. Like, I feel like in Pokken or in a fighter, like they already added like these cool like fields affecting abilities with Septile, I think his name is, the green guy, the guy I play. I should know. They could add a character maybe who is more aerial based, like almost exclusively. And yes, these would be hard to balance, but I think it could be achievable. Just looking at games like at Heroes and StarCraft, where
well, I'm saying in a fighting game you can't. Like, they have set mechanics in that game that are balanced around that. Like, you can't keep adding mechanics to an already existing fighting game.
I think you can.
This is not a MOBA. And even then, usually new mechanics break the MOBA.
I think you're wrong. Moving on to our last segment, community. This game got real big on Twitch. It came out. I don't know why. People just started playing it. People were like, "Oh my god, this game is really great. It's really watchable, really fun." And everyone seemed to be playing it for quite a while. It's died down a little bit, but the game still has a scene, and the esports kind of community around it has been growing, and it's been nurtured by the developers of the game. And from what Brandon tells me, like it's going pretty strong. I mean, it was at DreamHack, correct? Or do they have their own community kind of events?
I don't know if it was at DreamHack. It might have been at DreamHack Austin. I'm not too sure, which was the first North American event.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not too sure, but no, they have their own like whole they're on like the ESL and stuff like that.
Good for them. Have you watched many tournaments? Like, can you speak to it at all?
I'm watching the big one right now, RLC, Rocket League Championships. Like it's the World Championships, and it's pretty fucking crazy.
So, like, what about the players? Obviously, their skill level is like just insane. But have there been any like just like ridiculous plays, or has there been someone in the community who stood out a lot, or maybe even a team that's kind of been a step above everyone else?
I don't know. It's really it's kind of tough to like judge right now. Like, there's a lot of good teams. Are
things still kind of growing, or have they settled?
Oh yeah, no. Things are massively growing. Like, there's new
Shifting
teams
around
all the time. Yep.
Yeah.
One of the biggest ones is the North American one. It's iBuyPower, IBP. Crazy good. Like, one of the guys on the weekend had like the most ridiculous goal, and it was on the subreddit for like all weekend. I'm pretty sure it's still there if you go to the top page.
Awesome.
In case you want to see it.
It's good to see community just making content around it, even if it's just GIFs on a subreddit. Like, even that can be enough to try and generate more interest from a game than you would otherwise get. Is there anything else from community that you might want to mention? You were saying that there's tutorials and resources online for getting better.
There's a lot of tutorials and stuff on YouTube that show you like how to do aerials, how to be better goalie, how to do like proper wall hits and stuff like that.
That's good.
But yeah, I mean it's good for the community and people who are starting out, like yourself.
Me.
Check it out.
Awesome.
That's how I actually learned a couple things.
If I'm going to play more, and I think I will, I was kind of enjoying myself in the game, then I will probably want to check those out. Or maybe I'll just ask either you or Thierry to learn me.
We'll learn you.
I think that pretty much wraps us up on our topics. So if we'll get down to our final opinions on the game. Taylor, we'll start with you.
I like that it's a nice, clean, concise experience. I always like that in a video game. Not even just a video game, just that I love that in general. I think that's what people should strive for, and I think Rocket League accomplished that and more. They created a nice little sandbox that they can play in.
Well put. Brandon, what about you?
Ask me again.
Like right now, or do you want a minute?
Right now.
Okay. Brandon, what do you think of Rocket League?
I like it.
There you go.
It's got the two thumbs up.
It's got the
from
two
me.
B-boy thumbs up.
Yep, and I will not stop playing this.
Any particular
Yep.
reasons?
It's a really fun team game. Really fun team game. And if you get enough people, you can get like some custom games going on, which can be absolutely ridiculous. The stuff you can do with the custom games it's mind blowing. Like you can change the ball to a square, like a block.
What?
Yeah, you can change the ball to a block. You can adjust gravity. You can adjust the speed of the ball. You can adjust how heavy the ball is. So you could literally make the ball a rock, and that shit will
Square
not
a
move.
brick. Just a...
Yep,
awesome.
or you can make it super light, and when you hit it, it bounces off every freaking wall.
New game mode. There's only one net and one player is the ball, and it's whoever's the ball the longest wins.
Push him in. That's awesome.
No, I mean it's a really fun game to play by yourself or with friends.
Yeah.
More fun with friends.
Yeah, Jacob.
I myself, I quite enjoyed it. Like you guys said, I enjoyed how clean and simple it is. Not every game needs to be friggin' Europa Universalis. Like some games need to be simple, quick, and clean. And you could just get in there, hop in for a couple minutes, play a round or two, and feel satisfied. And despite my problems, which apparently are all due to a lack of skill, which granted I only played for I think 4 or 5 hours, it's probably true. I enjoyed my time immensely, and I liked it's a tidbit. It's a tidbit for anyone who gets the reference. It's a little thing you can eat it quickly, you can consume it, and then get on with your day. But you feel good having done it. So I'll try and hop back into it. So yeah, I think that's pretty much wraps us up on Rocket League. So if you guys like what you see here, you can subscribe to us on YouTube. You can find us at Press A to Podcast there. If you want to watch live on Twitch, you can find us at press_A_2_podcast. And we record this show, Press A to Podcast, every other week on a different gaming topic. You can catch us in the in-between weeks, just doing basically variety streams. Sometimes we do... we did Left 4 Dead recently. I'm usually streaming Heroes, maybe some Rocket League in the future, maybe some Dark Souls. Who knows? It's just craziness in the in between. If you're on Twitter, hey, do you want to forget that you followed us in a couple months? Follow us at Press A2 Podcast on Twitter for all of our latest updates on when the show is going to be starting, if we have to delay it or bring it forward for whatever reason, or if we're just streaming.
That kind of sounded like you were shit talking Twitter. Like, Twitter's useless.
Oh, bit.
That wraps us up. That wraps us up, guys. Thanks for watching. See you all in episode 28. Have fun and good luck. I lost my mouse. There we are.
I just was thinking.